What I'm going to do is just ask you the question that everyone's thinking is, what exactly happened?
Yeah, to use a good Canadian analogy, it was like having a breakaway on an open net and missing the net.
So after the 2019 Canadian federal election, I did a series of debrief videos, and one of those videos focused on how I feel the knives are going to come out for Andrew Scheer. I'm not saying 100% he's going to survive or he's going to go down, but that he is going to face an uphill battle to save his job. And I noted that the clear challenger to Andrew Scheer right now, maybe not the only one, but the clear one, is Peter MacKay, former cabinet minister under Harper, former leader of the Progressive Conservative Party, part of a political dynasty out east in Nova Scotia. He is seen, rightly or not, accurately or not, as a moderate within the Conservative Party and the Canadian Conservative movement. And when you add all of those things together, I feel that he's going to be seen by many Conservatives as a potential antidote to Justin Trudeau, as somebody who will be more appealing to moderates in Eastern Canada and won't lose the base out west, won't lose that prairie core in Saskatchewan and Alberta, but might make gains in Atlantic Canada, Quebec, and Ontario. And for the Conservatives to win, they don't have to make crazy amounts of gains in those parts of the country, but they do need to eat into Liberal seats in places like suburban Toronto and in key ridings in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick and Newfoundland and PEI. That's where they need to find real success if they want to form the next government. And a lot of people, I think, feel that Andrew Scheer isn't up to the task, that the image he has, the policies he's espoused, where he's from, does not make him appealing to central Canadian voters, at least not at this time. And so I argued in that video that if Peter MacKay seems willing to run, the knives will come out for Scheer because there will be an alternative that many Conservatives see as better at job number one, which is defeating Justin Trudeau whenever the next election is, whether it's a year from now or 2 years from now or whenever. We don't know in minority government. But that was mostly based on speculation. Now we have increased data and we have a bombshell remark from Peter MacKay himself. Main Street Research did a poll asking Canadians and party supporters how they feel about each of the leaders, asking them, do you think this leader should resign or stay on as their party leader? But when you look at the party-specific numbers, that's when it shows that he's in real trouble. For example, Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh have about 93% support from their parties. Elizabeth May even, far less support, but still nearly at 80%. And Blanchet from the Bloc, he has literally 99% support. But for Andrew Scheer, almost 40% of his party thinks it's time for him to go. Now, of course, that's a minority, but often in leadership reviews, getting 70% from your party is seen as the baseline. If that was to happen today, and that polling is accurate, Andrew Scheer's in big trouble. He might have to resign if that's what the result at the next Conservative convention ends up showing for the confidence or lack thereof in Scheer's leadership. And again, that's without somebody making an open, direct claim that I'm here to challenge Andrew Scheer. So right now, it's based on the fact that there's not really a declared alternative, and yet people are still willing to roll the dice. More than a third of Conservatives are willing to roll the dice and pick someone new. That's far and away more likely than any other party. And then we add to this the remarks made by Peter MacKay earlier this week while he was giving a talk in the United States. He was at an event on a panel talking about the Canadian election. What went down, why it went down, why Trudeau won, why Scheer didn't win, and questions like that. And when MacKay was asked, well, geez, Justin Trudeau had a lot of own goals. He fumbled a lot. A lot of mistakes were made by Trudeau and his party during the election and before it. And so why wasn't Andrew Scheer able to capitalize? And what MacKay said was very clear. He said, in Canadian hockey parlance, Scheer missed an open net breakaway. The net was open, there was no goalie in the net, and Scheer still missed. That's a very important way to express it. Because right after the election, MacKay didn't really say a whole lot, but gave, loose remarks that he supported the party leadership and blah, 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 blah. Here, though, he's making a very clear case that the party blew it and that the party under this leader blew it. They blew a historic chance to defeat a government after one term, which is very rare, and they failed to do it. They had a liberal leader that was unpopular, that was scandal-ridden, and they had the opportunity to put in a conservative government, even if just a minority, and they absolutely failed at job number one. And so with Peter MacKay saying this, and with the polling not looking good for Scheer, and with conservatives, I feel, perhaps realizing that they need to at least appear more moderate to the average voter, all of this points in a bad direction for Andrew Scheer. And while it's not confirmed yet that someone's going to take him on, and it's not confirmed yet that the party is set to reject him at a confidence vote at their next convention, when you line all of this up, it looks really bad for Scheer. Nearly 40% of conservatives don't seem to have confidence in their leader. And one of the biggest names in the conservative movement is taking open pot shots at the leadership of his party and their failure in the election. That to me spells real trouble for Andrew Scheer, guys. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Scheer's actually in trouble? Do you think that the members are going to reject him? Do you think that you're going to see, before a leadership review, someone like Peter MacKay or others take an open stance and say that they want to replace Andrew Scheer as conservative leader, maybe making it easier for people to express no confidence in Scheer, knowing that there's somebody better coming along? Do you feel that the perception of Peter MacKay as a moderate relative to Scheer and Harper is accurate? And even if you don't think it's accurate, do you feel that Canadians will buy that? And if so, do you feel he's going to be a bigger threat to Justin Trudeau in terms of those centrist voters in suburbia who often switch between liberal and conservative? And if that's the case, does it make it harder for Justin Trudeau to sell an anything but conservative vote if the conservatives aren't seen as radical this time as they have been under Harper and Scheer? I want to know what you guys think about all those issues. Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.